Hello, and welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. So we have a lot of stuff to do today. We need to bale up all this grass, go ahead, pick it up and get it out of the way, and then extend Field 33 a little bit. We also need to go ahead and thresh all of the oats from the fields that have been harvested or cut by the MacDon, so we can finish our harvest. Then we need to go ahead and bale up all those straw swaths into straw bales. That's going to take quite a while. Pick everything up, mulch those fields as well, and then if we're lucky, if we can get that done fast enough, we can go ahead and advance the month and harvest our last two fields. Oh, and one of the things that I did do is I did download that mod that allows me to increase the speed of the implements that we use. So I would actually like to go do that with the, well, you know what, we'll try it first with the header for the combine. See what kind of a difference that makes and see if that's something that we'll continue to add or use. I've used it in Farming Simulator 22, so I think it'll make a pretty big difference in just making everything a little bit quicker so that we can get more done in each episode. If it doesn't really work out, or if it really feels like we're cheating a little bit too much, then either I'll tone it down or I'll just remove it and we'll go back to vanilla with it. But as soon as we're done with this, we'll go ahead and figure that out. We're going to go ahead and do this in a time lapse. We're going to go ahead and bale up the rest of this grass, pick it up and store it, and then we'll move down to our fields and finish harvesting all of our oats. Welcome back. So we went ahead and finished collecting all of the grass bales. I'm going to go ahead and deposit them in the shed, and we'll move on down to the bottom field. One of the things that I noticed is we have some rain coming up, and I'm actually a little worried that even though we've, I guess, harvested everything with the MacDon, that we haven't collected it with the combine yet. So I'm wondering if the rain is going to affect our yield. I'm not really sure. So what I will do is I'm going to buckle down and focus on threshing all of the windrows and collecting all of the grain from it. I need to make sure that I get all of that done before it does rain. And from what I understand, in real life, obviously the straw would have to dry out completely before I could bale it. But in the game, that doesn't seem to be an issue. But you are penalized if you're trying to harvest in the rain. So we're going to focus on that. I went ahead and refilled my baler with both the net and the wrap. Figured I was down there, might as well just do it. Dude, I am not in any of the lanes. Why is this guy just chilling? I don't know. I don't understand the AI, workers or their driving paths. As I was driving, I noticed one of those fields had oats in them. And I paused to see how much it would cost, and I realized if I was sitting on that money, I probably would have bought it just so I could harvest it. Even though I'm struggling with all the fields I currently have until I increase the size and speed of my equipment. I'm like, all right, man, I gotta stop. What's the problem? think there's one more bale I need to pick up. Next, yeah, I see it over there. Oh, a couple, two of them, right next to our production yard. So I'll grab those real quick, and then I'll throw the AI worker to mulch that field as well. Then I'm going to try that mod and increase the speed of our header for the combine and see if we can collect just a little bit quicker. See if that helps and, makes it better. Well, it should help, and it will make it better. But the question is whether or not it's overpowered. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this here for right now. And then we're going to go ahead and hop into the combine. That's me in the car. I don't want actually, I do want the car. Let's move this out of the way. That works. I need this guy too. So there is the plus side of tabbing through vehicles. You realize, oh wait, I wanted to do that. I forgot, even though I just talked about it like 30 seconds ago. Alright, he's on an AI worker. Now we are ready to rock and roll. Let's close that pipe. And we're going to hop over to the workshop right over here real quick. And modify our header. Let's see what it turns out to be, or what our options are. If I remembered correctly, when I used this mod in Farming Simulator 22, it wasn't too overpowered. So hopefully that's going to continue to be true in this version as well. Oh, while I'm here, I will repair that. Alright, so here we go. Working speed is 7 miles an hour on standard. So the max speed that we can work at is 13.1 miles per hour, which is almost double the speed. That's not terribly fast, but it seems like a little bit quicker. So let's try this speed and see how it looks. And I am going to change the design color just since we're using a John Deere. Where's my John Deere green? That'll work. Alright, we're going to hop into the combine. Pick up our header again, and let's see what a difference this makes. If this works out the way that I think, then I'm hoping that some of these jobs that just take quite a long time because our fields are so big should be just a little bit quicker, a little bit easier to handle. Looks like I have to adjust my working width again. So I will see you guys when we're done. Welcome back. We just finished this field. We threshed it and we went in and harvested all the oats off of it. I'm just taking a quick look. Looks like we have 3 more fields to do. Number 6, number 25, and number 27. 6 shouldn't take too long. 25 should be pretty short and 27 should be really, really fast. I would like to do some other stuff, but unfortunately, again, I'm still trying to get this done before the rain comes in and wipes me out. The mod that increases the work speed of the header, in our case 14 miles per hour, I'm kind of liking it. It is a little fast, but it would have taken me forever to do that field, and this field here next to us would have just been even longer, and that's the biggest field we have at the moment. So I'm thinking that all it's going to end up doing is just making the time lapses a little bit quicker, since the machine is moving faster. Hopefully I can get all this done really quick. The rain isn't for another hour or two, but this is a lot of work to do. So I don't actually know how long it's going to take me to harvest everything, even with this increased speed. I think if I did not increase the speed, I would have had to do another episode of just harvesting oats, which would have been quite a bummer, because not that it doesn't, I mean, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. That's not the big deal. But if I can get it all knocked out in an episode and a half, it lets me move on to other stuff. I mean, I still want to increase the size of our field, 33 I think it was. So the faster I finish this, the faster I pick up, all the grain, bale all the straw, and then mulch it, the faster I can move on to other stuff. This field looks like it's going to be a lot faster than the previous one we just did, just because it's smaller. The other field across the way a little bit is even smaller than this, so hopefully I can knock it all out pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this as a time lapse, so I will see you when we are done. Here I am. I guess this was a field of wheat and not oats. So I'm going to quickly go and deposit this. So I'm going to throw this into the combine for now. I'm sorry, not the combine, but the silo. Just because it's quicker, and if you watch the, pretty sure you did watch the last time lapse, you will have noticed that I'm not very adept at backing up this big rig so that I can empty it. It takes me a little bit of time. And since I'm trying to be quick, I probably should just hit it up on the silo real fast. Now I am curious, so let's just look at the map. So that wheat field wasn't done. Number 1, 6, 25, and 27, those are wheat as well, right? Yep, and they're done? Yeah, interesting. So I had 3 fields of wheat that weren't, or that were prepared or ready to harvest, and 1 that isn't. I'm gonna have to be a lot better at figuring out what I'm gonna plant at what time, so that I can distribute some of the harvesting across more months. I think 2, maybe 3 of the big fields at a time should be the max. These smaller fields are a lot quicker, which is nice, but obviously I don't get nearly the same amount of grain from them. Alright, we'll go ahead and empty this, and since the other ones are going to be wheat fields, that means that there's going to be probably a lot more grain to empty. While we're waiting for that to empty, I'll make a couple more bales, and we will continue our time lapse. Alright, well, we finished harvesting before the rain, which is nice. Wasn't sure if we'd be able to. I'm going to pick up the rest of this wheat right here. And then the question is, do we have enough time to bale up some more straw? Because we have most of field number 2, which needs to be baled up, field number 6, 25, and 27. And while we're on the map, what I will do is I'll buy field number 79. So that way we can put our goats there, because we're pretty close to that, but the only problem I have is I don't know if I'll have enough money anymore. If I visit our sawmill, let's see how much wood we have. We have a decent amount, so maybe we can go and do a delivery real quick. And if we deliver some of the wood, that'll give us enough money, I think, to be able to place down that goat pen. Probably next episode. Maybe what I will do is instead of finishing this field, I'll finish the field up there real quick. That way I can go ahead and pick up all the bales and then turn that field into a yard. So that way next episode we can do a quick delivery of wood and whatever cement products the temple picks up. And that way next episode we can place down the goats. Gonna turn off these engines really quick. So I guess in that truck I should probably empty that out first. Alright, go into building mode or construction mode. And while we're waiting for that to load, I think I'm gonna continue using the same painting. You know what, I did see that and I kind of wanted to clean that up a little bit when I was here. Just to kind of soften it up a little bit. Right, let's turn this into the same tiles, or cement plates I should call them. A little bit bigger. Right, that looks a little bit better. I might try to adjust this so that it's a little more flush at some point down the road. Kind of like what I wanted to do over here as well. But all that landscaping is super finicky, especially when you're dealing with this isn't like true landscape. This is like something that they put there, so it becomes a lot harder to kind of get it flush, but I'll figure it out eventually. So we only have 116,000 at the moment. The goat pen, not cows, my bad. So the sheep pen is 97 just by itself, and that doesn't include extending the fence along the roads here. So before I do all that, yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait. Let me see if I can clean this up real quick. That cuts in. What a bummer they didn't do an end cap there. Lame. I'm gonna pause here, otherwise I'm gonna continue playing around with that, trying to fix it and make it better and do all sorts of stuff. It really doesn't need to be done. Alright, I think what I will do is off camera, I'm gonna load the wood pallets up and the cement pallets up and prep them by the temple so that in the next episode we can sell them right away and then put down a goat pen. That way we can get that going. I might do a little bit of straw bale collection as well, or at least make some more straw bales just to get them off the field. But I might do a little bit of it off camera just to kind of not have to repeat it. So thank you for watching the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a great day.